From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Monday, March 9th, 2015. Silver is trading at $15.84 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,172 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $279. Antiwar.com reports a U.S. airstrike hit an oil refinery in northern Syria yesterday in territory held by the Islamic State, killing at least 30 people, including a number of civilian workers employed at the site. Rebel Mouthpiece, the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights, reported that some of the Islamic State militants were killed in the attack, but that the rest were refinery workers from the surrounding area. Territory of the Islamic State includes most of the oil-producing regions of Syria, and the U.S. regularly targets the oil infrastructure there, saying it will deny the Islamic State the funds they get from oil smuggling. That's likely true, but the attacks are also badly crippling the only meaningful civilian economic infrastructure in those areas, in essence attacking the civilian economy militarily in the hopes of doing some damage by proxy to the occupying force. Bitcoin Not Bombs is a launching pad for nonprofits and social entrepreneurs into the financial freedom of the Bitcoin economy. Bitcoin Not Bombs is fully committed to being the hub of the nonprofit sector of the Bitcoin economy, maximizing the potential cross-promotion of all our clients and commercial partners. To learn more, visit bitcoinnotbombs.com. UPI reports one of two Swiss pilots will attempt to lift off from Abu Dhabi Monday for the first solar-powered flight around the world. Pilots Bertrand Piccard and Andre Borschberg will attempt to circle the globe in 12 long flights over 5 months. The solar plane, called the Solar Impulse 2, can only fit one pilot, but they will fly the trip's segments in shifts. The plane is thin with a long wingspan at over 236 feet across, and the wings are covered with over 17,000 solar cells. The plane can fly at night because of its ability to store energy it collects during the day. The plane will touch down in the United States, India, Oman, Myanmar, China, and either southern Europe or North Africa, depending on conditions. The pilots have been planning the trip for over a decade, and Sir Richard Branson of Virgin Group is supporting the project. Part of the goal of the project is to promote green energy and environmental awareness. For over 35 years, Roberts & Roberts has been a trusted source for buying and selling your investment-grade precious metals. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and permanently removed the minimum purchase order for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on investing and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 850-478-5270 or online at rrbi.co. Reuters reports the Greek finance minister said in a newspaper interview on Sunday that Greece could call a referendum or have early elections should its Eurozone partners reject its debt and growth plans. The new Greek government, led by Alexis Tsipras, won an election in January promising to renegotiate a bailout agreement with the International Monetary Fund and its European Union partners that requires strict budget discipline and sweeping economic reforms. The government reached a temporary deal with its lenders last month, and Athens has until the end of April to specify the reforms it will make in exchange for further aid. Eurozone finance ministers are meeting on Monday in Brussels to discuss a letter of pledged reforms by Athens last week. Should Brussels ultimately reject Greece's proposals, there could be problems. In a statement released later on Sunday, the Greek Finance Ministry said the finance minister was responding to a hypothetical question and that any referendum would obviously regard the content of reforms and fiscal policy and not whether to stay in the Eurozone. Most Greeks want the country to keep the euro, but two-thirds also continue to back the tough stance to renegotiate the bailout package. A referendum over a deal with lenders that keeps the country in the Eurozone but falls short of Tsipras' promises could give the government cover to accept a deal even though it was elected with a different mandate. But even floating the idea of a referendum is politically risky. With the Tsipras government's popularity above 40%, the finance minister said, "People understand that the government is fighting the establishment that said it was saving Greece while it put everything on the backs of the poor." This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.